Wow, it's my old workplace. Why is this random car in the middle of the car park just still sitting there? My days. Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. Welcome back to another movie vlog. Today is Joker 2. Now, this movie has got a lot of bad reviews. A lot of bad reviews, both from critics and audiences alike. And also, it's not doing well at the box office. So in general, it's just not doing well. But I'm focused on the reviews right now. Whenever I go into films, I mentioned this before, like whenever I've seen movies with negative reviews, I've said this multiple times before, I always judge it for myself, and that's how everyone should be. That's how it should be, because you never know if you like it or dislike it until you see it for yourself. I think it's fair enough if you want to say like, oh, I don't want to buy a ticket because of the bad reviews. I'll wait till it comes out on Blu-ray, or maybe not Blu-ray, but like if someone said, oh, I want to wait to stream it online in a few months or a few weeks, then fair enough. You know, if you don't want to buy a ticket, that's fair enough. You know, it's your money to spend. Having said that, I think it's important for everyone to realize that you don't know if you like a movie for real until you watch it. Every single movie that's ever come out has at least one or two people who like it and one or two people who dislike it. That's just how the films are. It's all subjective. So I'm like that, of course. I don't judge until I see it, but I am aware of negative reviews. One thing that really got me is Jeremy Johns, because he makes videos on YouTube reviewing movies. He's famous for it, and he's one of the best ones to do it on YouTube, I feel. And I trust YouTube critics more than actual movie critics, because I feel like YouTube is a bit more relatable, I guess, in a way, and like it feels like you can trust them more. And I definitely trust Jeremy Johns. He was disappointed. He did not like it. And I was just like, oh, if he doesn't like it, we've got issues, yeah? And another one I watch is the Flick Pick, John Flickinger. He didn't dislike it, to be fair. He thought it was all right. He didn't think it was terrible. Who else? Sean Chandler. He said, watch it if you're interested, but if not, I can't remember what he said. But he didn't give a good review. He didn't say don't watch it, but he said, I think he said something like, I don't know if I recommend it or not. But yeah, those are the three guys I mainly watch about reviews. Jeremy Johns, John Flickinger, and Sean Chandler. Those are the main reviewers I watch. But like, aside from them, obviously critics in general don't like it. The cinema score was the lowest it's ever been for comic book film. Like, it's got lower than any other comic book film that's come out from Marvel, DC, Sony. You name it, it's the lowest cinema score. Audiences don't seem to like it, so it's getting resounding bad reviews. Now, despite that, just like every other film I've seen that has negative reviews, I'm gonna go in with an open mind, not believing that it's bad, believing that it's good. I always go in as neutral as possible, and I always want it to be good. I always want to enjoy the cinema experience, but obviously it's not always an enjoyable experience, depending on the film you watch and how good the film is. But you know, I'm going into this expecting to like it. I hope I like it. If I don't, then well, it seems like the masses were correct, in my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinions. And as I walk towards the cinema on a dull, rainy day in England, I've just come straight from a football match. Arsenal women versus Everton women. It was a 0-0 draw. Very, very poor game. So I'm straight here from that. The next showing that I can watch is at 5:30. It is almost 5 o'clock, and it's not in IMAX, it's not in 4DX, it's just a normal screening. I'm also kind of nervous because a lot of people who dislike are people who I respect quite a lot, not just the YouTubers I mentioned, but other people as well. Like, I am nervous, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, it's good to be positive, it's good to be as positive as possible, and I'm gonna go in, and hopefully it's good. Let's cut to when I get in.
From nowhere to everywhere, I left a small town and turned it around. I was born in Blythe, but I was made in the Royal Navy.
Yeah, the masses may have been correct. The critics, the YouTube critics, the reviewers, and the audiences, and most people who watched it said it just wasn't good or terrible. They may have just been correct. I think there were some redeeming qualities here and there. I think the first half of the film was stronger than the second half of the film. The second half of the film, and definitely the ending, was just awful. Like, who directed this? The same guy who directed the masterpieces in the first one, and he's directed other great movies as well. He has missed with this one massively. He has massively missed. I don't know what to think. Ending was awful. The last half an hour, essentially, they just ruined everything, to be honest. It focuses around his trial, and like he's locked up after his murders in the first film, which makes sense. And it focuses around his life in Arkham Asylum and the lead up to his trial and the trial itself. It could have been a great film, but it just wasn't. It is partly a musical as well, and I don't think that works. This is a Joker movie, the most iconic Batman villain ever. We don't need to watch musicals about this character. Like, this is not the character to make musicals about. Obviously, they cast Lady Gaga, and there's a lot of singing in this. Both of them do sing. Some of the scenes, it feels really forced. Like, there's some musical scenes that kind of like fit the scene really well, but there's other ones that are just out of nowhere, and you think, is there a need for that in this particular scene? So yeah, that didn't work for me. But the other parts, like, it wasn't all singing, but there was a lot of it. There was good acting, interesting introductions. Lady Gaga, well, she plays Harley Quinn. The arc they have, like a bit of a romantic arc. They're both crazy, as you would expect from Joker and Harley Quinn. There are some Easter eggs. There are certain characters in this from the Batman universe that were not in the first film. They're just, they don't do much, but there are characters that names you'll recognize. But aside from that, the film doesn't work. Like, there's some good things here and there, and I don't want to even, it's spoilers, so I can't say anything, but the ending is so bad. I'm just like, whose idea was this? I don't understand. And the director recently said, like, this is his last film in the DC universe. And I'm just like, no shizzle, my friend. You ruined your movie. Of course you're gone. Part of me thinks he kind of knew it was going to be bad. I feel like there's so much you can do with the character of the Joker, and what we got was this abomination of this film. My rating is probably like a 4 out of 10. I mean, what did I give Megalopolis? I can't remember. Megalopolis, I gave quite a low score. This is probably worse than that one. It's a 4 at best, and that's me being nice. Maybe I should give it a 3. Maybe I'm being too nice at giving a 4. But yeah, the only reason I'm giving it any ratings is because there are some good things in it here and there, especially in the first half of the film. Like, it's not completely terrible the whole way. It's not unwatchable the whole way. It's just that, in the first place, it's not very good. It's never incredible. Even though I just said it, like, there are parts that are good. Yeah, there are parts that are good. But the movie it's moving. And then the payoff is not a payoff. It just makes the movie worse. And it just ruins the entire thing. Yeah, it didn't work for me. And it didn't work for a lot of people. And it just was not worth. I was going to say it wasn't worth the money, but I didn't pay for the ticket because I got a membership. I still pay for the membership, though. But still, as long as you go at least twice a month, it pays itself. And I go more than twice a month, so I'm counting this as a freebie. If I had paid for it, it would have been a waste, but it's definitely a waste of time. I mean, I always give things a chance, especially when it's Marvel or DC. Anything from either of those companies, I do give it a chance at least. But some things, like this one, I think about it and I'm just like, was it worth giving it a chance? Probably not. But yeah, there you go. Sometimes, when the masses agree that it's bad, it is actually bad. I tried to like it, but yeah, it threw me off. and the last half an hour, that's just where it really goes downhill. Yeah, it just there's only so much more I could say. I haven't said much more anyway. I've basically repeated myself a couple of times, but yeah, it's just something that I'll probably never watch again. I watched the first one again, but I feel like this second one kind of ruins the first one now. It's like you know, Game of Thrones, where they had 6 amazing seasons. I even liked season 7, season 8, because the ending was so bad. I can't look back on that show now and not think about the ending. So it kind of ruins the magnificent cinema they created in the first 6 seasons. It's like this. I can't look at Joker 1 the same way now because of this. But on the other hand, I can just ignore it and just think of the Joker movie as its own thing. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. That is all. I said earlier it should not have been a musical, but that was the least of its problems. Just thinking about it more and more. There are some disturbing scenes. I feel like at the start, it's, you know, at the start when it says it warns you about what's in the movie, I feel like they left a big thing out. They definitely left a big thing out because of what you see towards the end. But yeah, that is all. They should not have made this. You could argue that maybe they should have made a sequel, but not this sequel. There's plenty of sequels you could have made instead of this one. This was not it at all. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. And the good news is next week Transformers 1 releases in the UK. So I'm excited for that one. Goodbye.